All right, welcome to Raised on MTV, hosted by two guys who were raised on MTV, VHS tapes, scrambled porn, and we turned out fine. I am Monty Griffin, and with me is the Denny Lane of the 1970s. That's right, I'm talking about Eric Swaney. How are you, sir?
I'm okay, Monty. How are you doing?
Doing good.
I always enjoy your introductions. Thank you.
All right, so Eric, I'm surprising you on this one. I have outlined this. Paul McCartney has won the 2020s.
Beatles. Okay, Beatles. More
Okay.
Beatles.
You ready?
Okay. No, wait, before you do that,
Wait.
better.
Okay, we got 10 minutes left.
Okay, what's better? Say, or The Girl Is Mine?
How about we don't play either of those ever again? Because
Okay.
you know what? I'll say this. Ebony and Ivory is just as bad as those two as well.
Ooh, yeah, but I was just strictly going Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney there.
Oh, we still need to talk about Michael Jackson. Want to hear my unpopular opinion that you might agree with?
Go.
We'll discuss this next time. You ready?
Yeah. Tease it.
Tease it. Unpopular opinion. Bad is a better album than Thriller.
Ooh. More on that later.
More on that later. All right. Paul McCartney has won the 2020s. Before the pandemic, Paul McCartney was an elder statesman of rock and roll. Incredible career, but he was also known as a corny Beatle. He was also known as the guy who broke up the Beatles. The reason why... Are you falling asleep?
Oh, sorry. I'm back. It's just that all that Beatles talk. Go ahead.
And then it starts to change during the pandemic because what was released in November 2021 on Disney Plus?
Pipes of Peace 2.
The Get Back. So they're making the Let It Be album?
Oh, that's right.
Did you ever watch it or not?
Yeah.
Actually pretty good, But
yeah, it was.
But we've been told the whole time by all the books I've read of the Beatles, all the interviews, that the Let It Be sessions were horrible. They were fighting the whole time. They weren't having fun, and Paul was a dictator. When the Get Back movie came out, I think it was a 6 hour thing. We don't see that. We see a confident band together who liked each other, loved each other, even though Paul and George got in that one fight. That was early, but they were making music together, and Paul wasn't a dictator. They're just all working together. And also we get to see Paul McCartney make Get Back out of thin air. That was like the first viral clip from Get Back. So that kind of starts to change the perception. And then it starts getting out on who really broke up the Beatles. Everybody, remember we talked about how we thought it was Paul because he released that press conference? Press release with McCartney. But in essence, John said he quit the band in September of 1969.
Yeah.
So after the Get Back tapes come out, what does Paul McCartney do?
We discussed this before.
No, we don't.
I'm just kidding. Go, Monty. Tell me.
After November 2021, when the Get Back comes out and it's a success, and then we'll talk about the Beatles again, Paul McCartney starts the Got Back tour, which is only supposed to be a 14-city tour. How long does the Got Back tour last?
2 years.
Close. 2022 to November of 2025.
Wow.
And what's the viral moment from that tour?
I don't remember.
Can you remember that song, I Got a Feeling?
Is it the John Lennon thing they redid?
Yeah, they had John vocals. So in 2022, we get to see John and Paul on stage again, something we never thought we'd see, and that goes viral. So now Paul McCartney's even a little bit cooler. And then in October 2023, what happens?
Wait, I thought, when did that song come out? That 2023, the Frankenstein song? Yeah.
Okay. So, but the Beatles release its final song, Now and Then, with John on there. Becomes number one in the United Kingdom, wins a Grammy. The Beatles are hot again. They never were not being hot, but
yeah.
Paul wanted to play this song. Just don't forget, George, when they were doing the sessions back in 1994, thought the song was garbage. He didn't want to do it. But I go back and forth. I think he didn't.
He was right.
I think he was going to sing a Paul, because working with Paul, it's not easy. And they tried to write a song together, but that didn't work. But I don't know. Paul always wanted to finish it because back in 2013, he's like, I'm going to finish this one day. And so Paul finally finished it. You can see he's controlled the song, and Ringo just plays drums on it, and that's it. So Paul looks even cooler than that after that. And then at the start of this year, what comes out in February?
This year, he released another song.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Amazon Prime's Man on the Run. Paul McCartney,
Oh,
right after the breakup, the 1970s and the Wings and all that, shows Paul was struggling. Shows Wings was, we forget Wings is actually a pretty good band. You know what I mean? Paul made
yeah.
some great music in the 70s. You forget that. And the documentary is great. Shows a little bit more of Paul being Paul. And you find out when you watch The Man on the Run, Paul McCartney was running from the Beatles because he tried to do a band like the Beatles. But in essence, when the guy in the band, one guy in the band is the most famous person on the planet, and the other guys are basically musicians, sidemen who get paid a minimum wage, you can't really be like a real band like the Beatles.
But
Also,
aren't there a lot of people that actually go out and say that their stuff is better than the Beatles?
Terrence and Darby, the Wings stuff better. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think it's good. It's not better. And then Paul McCartney is also running from John Lennon because he's a shadow of Paul the whole time. And then Paul McCartney was also running from himself because, like, after John Lennon dies, he goes solo. He stops the facade of Wings. The band was a band, and he just does his music.
And let's not forget that wasn't the real Paul. Paul actually died.
1968 in a car. Yes, that is correct.
Mm.
All right, and finally, Paul McCartney's released his new album. He also has a duet with Ringo Starr, first time ever. And 2 weeks ago, who was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live 51 season finale?
That would be Paul McCartney.
Who played the last song for the Stephen Colbert's final show?
I don't know. I don't care.
Paul McCartney.
No.
Paul McCartney won the 2020s. He is back. He's never away, but he's even cooler than ever, and you can't stop him, Eric.
Oh, I can stop him right with Ringo Starr's new album.
Yeah,
That's coming out.
That came out last month, and nobody cares.
Yeah, they do. You care. You're a Beatles guy, don't you? Didn't you download it?
No.
Monty, come on. If you're gonna support the Beatles, you gotta support all the Beatles.
All right, I'll download.
Well, no, that's you make a good argument. And by constantly discussing Paul McCartney and the Beatles, what you're doing is, I see, laying the groundwork publicly to eventually be called upon in court as a Beatles expert.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was always saying there's a method to your madness. I know.
Always, or just a method, or just madness. We don't know. All right.
That's some good stuff there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is. He won the 2000s.
Yes. 2020s.
The 2020s. Okay, 2020s.
All right, Eric for Monty Griffin. Oh, this is Monty for Eric. This is Monty for Eric. I'm going to leave this in because I'm screwed up. This is Monty for Eric. I'll see y'all next time on Raised on MTV. Bye-bye.